And welcome to another episode of the Koto's Mojo. And as always, I'm your host, Patrick Koto. We got a lot to talk about today. We got Ian on the show. Ian, welcome as always. How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, Thanksgiving was fantastic. Had the family over, had Abby's family over, ate lots of good food. Just always a great time. My favorite holiday.
Lots of turkey and those sausages too that your dad put on the turkey while cooking it up.
Oh yeah, man. That's how we do it every year. We've been doing that. He's been doing that ever since he was a kid.
That's awesome, Ian.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's we're at week 13 of the NFL season, and the Bears somehow won a game. I mean, we'll take it, but holy shit.
Yeah. Single-handedly by field goals too.
Single-handedly by field goals in our defense, because our defense had, showed up like we expected this season with the players that we had. Jaquan Brisker with an interception, TJ Edwards with an interception, Kyler Gordon with an interception, and Jalen Johnson too. Things we love to see. Offense, they did what they could do. They did what they needed to do to win the game. Let's put it there.
They did what they could do to get into field goal range. That's what
Right.
they
They
could do.
could.
We can't get into the end zone. I
That's
don't
why
know.
we got to fire Luke Getzey.
Yeah, it's because we just keep doing these fucking screenplays and I don't understand it. It was just so frustrating to watch. It was just such an annoying game. I knew it was going to be like, I thought Minnesota was going to wipe us. I didn't think we were going to come away with a win, but man, we made Josh Dobbs look like shit. I'll say that.
Yeah, Josh Dobbs is not him anymore, especially when you lose to a team that you should have destroyed. No offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will again. We'll take the win, but at the same time, you're like, golly, did we get lucky?
Yeah, that just means Luke Getzey. He's. I think the whole coaching staff is going to finish off the season. That's how it always goes. We never fire any coaches like midway through a season. We're too much of pussies.
As much as we would like to do it, you hit it on the head. It never happens, which really pisses us off as fans in general, because sometimes an interim head coach could boost a spark. And well,
Yeah,
like you mentioned, the Bears are too big of pussies to do it.
yeah, they really are. They just, I don't know. They just don't have what it takes to be winning owners.
Right. Hopefully this offseason, Ryan Poles can, do something.
Yeah, we'll see.
And it's speaking of the Bears, it's safe to say we won the DJ Moore trade because the Panthers fired their head coach. So that's no surprise. First NFL head coach too to get fired in back-to-back seasons as a head
Yep.
coach.
That's pretty bad. I
It's
don't see him getting a head coaching job anytime
in
soon.
season two because he got fired mid-season last year against the Colts, and then Jeff Saturday took over, and then he gets hired by the Panthers and couldn't even finish out this season.
Nope. Did not do well at all.
Panthers
Um,
were going to be a train wreck anyway, but golly, I didn't expect it to be this bad.
yeah, he'd be lucky if he'll be coaching middle school football.
He's Frank Wright is probably going to get a offensive coordinator. See, he'll get some position somewhere else, but not as a head coach.
The Deion Sanders, he's going to hire him as his offensive coordinator. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Those poor Buffaloes finished with 4 wins in the season. They could have had more, but they were too busy shadoring.
All about the swag over there in Colorado, man.
Swag, Hollywood, like shut the fuck up and play football.
Yeah, like I respect the hell out of Deion, but man, he is turning college football into a clown show, at least over there in Colorado.
I was gonna say, at least for Colorado, other teams, they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, they're still sticking to the old stick and ball type sport and all that. Like
Sir,
they don't care about the money and the NIL deals. They want to focus on football and getting themselves into the NFL.
exactly. Now, going back to the Bears, Ian, you and I were talking, before the show and stuff about, Chicago wanting a second team, the main mascot name we came up with was the Chicago Jaguars because, we're thinking the Jaguars because there's talks of them moving. Come up to Chicago Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean, all other major cities have a second NFL team. New York, LA, why not Chicago? We're probably the second biggest sports market behind New York. Like,
And
doesn't make sense. We got two baseball teams.
exactly. And you want to talk about fan bases and stuff too. I'm sure fans around here would die to see another football team because LA, they can't get fans. Chicago, you
No.
can't get fans.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Chicago, they just love sports, so they don't care who plays. Yeah.
What other funny whatever nicknames would you come up with for our second Chicago team?
I think a good one would be like the Windy City Warriors. I think that'd
I
be
like
pretty
that.
sweet. Um, the Lakefront Legion, I was kind of thinking. I'm kind of thinking of like
Lakefront.
off. I'm kind of thinking of like off names, kind of like the Golden State Warriors. That's
I
how I
was
kind of
just
got
I
like the
was
Windy
just
City
going to
Warriors.
say kind of like that. I like that though.
Yeah. Um, the Second City Stars or something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, because on the Chicago flag got like the stars and stuff. I like that.
Mm. Um, the Great Lake Guardians. I think that'd be pretty cool. I
I
was just
like
kind of
that.
coming up with some like kind of
Those
cool
are good
names.
names though.
Yeah.
Where would we put maybe wherever we would put the stadium?
I think they would end up playing at Soldier Field. I really think that they would end up playing there because the Bears are talking about moving out of the city of Chicago.
If that ever
And
happens, obviously, because obviously we're thinking, Arlington Heights, and then Naperville, then this town, this town, this town. Like, make up your fucking mind, please.
yeah, well, we know they want to leave. And if they do, and if we do somehow end up getting a second NFL team, which I think still kind of very unlikely, they would move to Soldier Field for sure because they would want someone to be in that stadium because it's historic.
I got a good team name if we get a second team. Chicago Bulldogs.
I like the Bulldogs. All right.
Everyone likes to use animal names for teams. Bears. We got the Chicago Dogs baseball team or Chicago. I don't even know what division they're in, but Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And, kind of like the Bulls too.
Yes, sir. But
Um,
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Obviously, we'll believe it when we see it. But for right now, we're just gonna enjoy the pain from our Chicago Bears.
yep. Either that or bring the Cardinals back to Chicago.
Yes. Oh, there's that too. Because
Yep.
there's Arizona. That sports city is.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, they don't care about the Coyotes, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks. They don't give a shit. Arizona, they don't care.
Exactly. Bring a team, bring the Cardinals to, back to Chicago, like we talked about, a good sports market that fans will definitely die to see.
Yeah, and I think that would be just incredible to see the Chicago Cardinals be a thing again.
Exactly. Well, that win for the Bears, that puts them with 4 wins on the season, 4-8. It's better.
Better than what I thought. I was expecting 3 wins.
Well, last night was an ugly win, but again, we'll take it. Some Bears games are one ugly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. We still won. So
exactly, I'll take the
Minnesota
win.
let it happen.
Yeah, Minnesota should be embarrassed for letting a team beat them without scoring a fucking offensive touchdown.
Yeah, for real.
And then we unfortunately had played victim to that too.
Yeah, Robbie Gold single-handedly taking us down in the game. Yeah,
First time.
It's hilarious.
First time in 30 years too, the Bears won a game without scoring any touchdown because obviously we remembered their comeback against the Cardinals. Their touchdowns came on defense and special teams.
Yeah, that was a huge win against the Cardinals too. And we're also the first team of the season to win a game with only field goals. So
can't say I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
making history for all the wrong reasons.
Even for our recent win, I would still call it the wrong reason. I mean, last week we had history on the wrong side of us.
Yep. Yeah, that's what we do, man. We make history, whether it's good or bad. That's Chicago way, man.
But at the same time, we'll take it because wins in Chicago are very rare.
Yeah, for real. Especially for the Bears.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say specifically for the Bears.
Yeah.
But but moving on to the rest of the NFL, we had our Thanksgiving football games. The Packers went into Detroit and stole one. What the hell?
Leave it to the Lions to lose on Thanksgiving, man. That's what they do. They like to disappoint the home crowd on Turkey Day.
Apparently, because the Lions haven't won a Thanksgiving game since 2016, and the Bears have been owning them lately on Thanksgiving.
Oh man, that's funny. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, seriously. And then the Bears win in that stretch. The Bears win 3 of those games. With one of those games was the Eddie Jackson pick 6 when Eddie Jackson was Eddie Jackson. Now he's just a clown himself. Trubisky had that great game the following year. In 2021, we killed like 8 minutes off the clock to beat the Lions with a game-winning field goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yep. But of course, yes. The Lions losing is a surprise and not a surprise because they always find a way to fuck it up on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, for real.
The Cowboys with a dominating win over the Commanders, no surprise. And the Niners stealing one in Seattle.
Dude, that's huge.
I know you were on the fence with that pick last week with how close the game would be, but
yeah, but well, we've kind of seen 49ers haven't been showing a whole lot of razzle dazzle, I guess you would call it, but they showed up on Thursday night.
And then we had the very first Black Friday game with the Dolphins beating the Jets. Good choice by the Jets to wear their black uniforms because to represent Black Friday, you're basically own funeral getting your ass kicked by the Dolphins.
Yeah, right. Basically, yeah, wear black for your own funeral. I mean, Dolphins are good. Jets suck.
Yep. Dolphins are picking it up. The Jets suck. The Eagles snuck by Buffalo on Sunday, thanks to Buffalo's typical choking.
That's Buffalo, man.
Yeah, Josh Allen is 0-6 in overtime.
Josh Allen sucks, dude.
Dude, what the hell happened to him? He's
just 2 years ago, man. He was one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and now he's flopped. Him and Joe Burrow, man. I don't know, man. They looked so good a couple years ago, and I know Joey B's got that injury right now, but
yeah, but there was already a lot of shit going on with Joey B beforehand. Obviously, he had that hamstring injury in the summer where we thought he was going to miss maybe the first couple weeks of the season. Then he gets that big ass contract only to play like shit.
Yeah,
he still played like shit.
Really unfortunate to see for Joe Burrow, just because, man, we knew the kid was a stud in college, and I really hope that injuries are not going to be ruining his career because he's got a lot to prove. Exactly.
Then the Chiefs get another win, of course. The Raiders blew a 14-0 lead against the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints need to learn how to score touchdowns and not field goals. Oh, my fucking God. All their points came on field goals.
Yeah, it's the Saints, man. Just can't do shit.
Yep. Jaguars get a big win against the Texans. Jeez, I didn't realize both teams are that good. Jaguars are 8-3 and the Texans are 6-5. Holy shit.
Dude, Jacksonville stepped it up this year, man.
Trevor Lawrence. Jacksonville was going to be good because of that strong run they had at the end of last year. And Trevor Lawrence got Calvin Ridley back. But I'm more surprised with Houston.
Yeah, Houston. They made an entire 180. Last year being one of the worst teams in the league, and now they're stepping it up, and they're looking pretty damn good.
Sure, they lost to the Jaguars, but still, they're doing much better than people thought they would.
Oh, yeah.
So after that draft, when they drafted, back-to-back, getting C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson, I'm like, okay, good start. I like this. And then, really holy shit, they're actually doing something.
Building around Trevor Lawrence, that's smart. The kid is a great quarterback, and we saw that when he was in college, and it's about time they started doing well, and this kid could bring them to a Super Bowl one day.
I hope so, too. Texans, too, are also 6-5. The Texans take on the Broncos Sunday, who are also 6-5.
Dude, why are the Broncos so good all of a sudden?
Again, we do not we don't feel bad anymore about that loss to the Broncos. Like, we really just pulled that shit. And then they beat the Packers, they beat the Vikings, they beat the Chiefs. I'm still blown the fuck away. They beat the Chiefs. They
Chiefs have been
they
falling apart too.
they luckily beat the Bills because the Bills don't know how to count.
Yeah. Just like
And then
Tom
they
Brady.
get the win over the Browns.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that hard to beat the Browns.
Nope. So a lot of impressive teams so far this season that we thought were going to shit the bed. Now, I was hoping the Broncos would be good with the addition of Sean Payton. Slow start, but now they finally picked it up.
Yeah, no, good for Sean, man. He's a good quarterback. I mean, good coach.
Good coach.
Yeah, really, turn things around for this program.
Mm-hmm. And this will put a smile on your face. The Patriots are 2-9.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Bill Belichick's probably gonna get fired.
So that only means one thing. It was Brady that was all in New England. It was not Belichick.
Well, yeah, dude. Look at first year Tom Brady's with Tampa Bay. They win. Got
Exactly
Super Bowl.
I mean, Bruce Arians, the coach at the time, he's an okay coach, but when you have a good player like Brady,
when Tom Brady comes to a team, everybody that's good wants to play with him. Everybody balls out, and dude, he makes mediocre wide receivers look like gods. So, dude, it's just the Tom Brady effect, man.
And that's why he's the GOAT.
Yep, that's why he's the GOAT, and that's why the Patriots suck. That's why Tampa Bay's in the garbage now.
We were very fortunate enough to watch a great like Tom Brady. I'm not going to lie. We were bashing him a lot growing up, and then the older we got, the more we actually respected him.
Dude, that'll happen, man. Like when I was a kid watching NASCAR, fucking hated Jimmy Johnson. 5 championships in a row. Made me sick of NASCAR, but man, before he retired, I was like, all right, we got to witness greatness. We got to see something different with this guy. So, yeah, I mean, it sucked at the time, but we look back at Jimmy Johnson, Tom Brady. Holy fuck, man. They had hell of a career.
The Warriors winning all those championships with Steph Curry and stuff.
Oh, I love Steph. I'll never talk shit about them.
Yeah, no, I'll never talk shit either. But, yeah, no, it's just hard to believe till you look at that. You're like, we really witnessed that growing up. And everybody we know has seen different generations of sports growing up. You know, our parents obviously got to watch Michael Jordan and stuff before we were born.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like people watching the Celtics succeed back in the day. The Cowboys rule the 90s. The Niners rule the 80s. The Steelers rule the 70s. There have been a fair share of great teams.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yep.
All right,
people like that are always going to come through the sport, make it great. You're going to hate them at the time, but
yep.
You're going to remember the good times.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to remember the time we beat Tom Brady.
He didn't even know how many down it was.
Nope.
He's like, it's third. I'm like, no, that was 4th down. Oh, speaking of teams, Ian, let's make our picks for this week. Another good week of football. I expect a lot of other good games.
Absolutely, man.
I will go first making my picks, and there are some good ones. My lock for this week, I'm gonna go. You know what? Here's a safe lock. The Dolphins over the Commanders. Tua Tagovailoa is gonna eat that Washington offense alive. My upset, and you're gonna love this one. The Broncos remain hot and beat the Texans in Houston.
Okay.
And then my third winner, Lions over the Saints.
Not bad. All right, my lock, I'll go Cowboys over Seahawks.
That should be a good game.
My upset is going to be Carolina over the Buccaneers. Carolina just fired their coach.
I like that.
I don't think Buccaneers are all that. I think Carolina's going to come swinging with the new coach. So yeah, that'll be my upset there. And my lock will be Steelers over Cardinals, man. Cardinals suck.
No kidding, man. It's going back to that. I like that Panthers Bucks trade because speaking of interim head coaches, anytime an interim head coach steps in, that team lights it up. So
Oh yeah,
Panthers could get their second win of the season.
yeah, they really could. I mean, they could turn things around. I mean, obviously, no playoffs this year, but there's still hope to just go out winning.
They're just gonna have to build around Bryce Young in the offseason.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
good
kid's a
pickup
good
in your
quarterback,
business.
just does not have a team.
Nope. All right, Ian. Let's jump on to the college football segment. We have hit conference championship weekend, but first, good way for Purdue to end the season, keeping the bucket.
Yeah, third year in a row that we've had the bucket. I think last 5 of 6 games we beat Indiana, so back home again. We're we own the state of Indiana, so pretty sweet, great game. Glad I watched it.
We had Michigan beat Ohio State again. No surprise.
Cheaters.
Yep. Cheater, pumpkin eaters. I mean,
they don't deserve to go to the fucking Big Ten championship. I'll tell you that. I hope, it's not going to happen, but I just hope Iowa fucking creams them.
Well, thankfully, Michigan should get their asses kicked in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, they will.
Whoever the fuck they play.
Yeah.
Auburn choked against Alabama. They gave up a touchdown like fourth and it was like Alabama had the ball 4th and goal from like the fucking 30-yard line.
Yeah, typical Auburn choke job.
Yep. They pull that choke. Washington, it keeps staying hot and beats Washington State. Things we love to see.
That. Nope,
huh?
I do not like to see that because Washington's going to be in the Big Ten next year, man.
Well, you got Washington, Oregon, UCLA, USC.
Big 18.
I really don't think we had this talk on the show, but I'm not a big fan of it. I'm really not.
I hate it. There's a reason why it's called the Big Ten. It's because it was the Big Ten schools when they first started this whole fucking thing.
Right.
And now there's 18, and we have and Big Ten, whatever. We have over 10 schools, fine. But Big Ten should be a Midwestern conference. That's how it should be.
Ace and point.
And now we got schools from California, Oregon, the state of Washington. This is fucking ridiculous. This is just
Maryland should not have gotten in. Rutgers should not be in.
I'm fine with they're close enough. We're not too far from them, but man, all the way towards the West Coast, that's so far for these guys to travel.
Exactly.
It's gonna suck.
It's not just football either.
No,
it's for basketball, men's and women's,
all sports,
baseball, softball. Name the sport, and there's a ton of traveling. Like it's not just football. There's going to be some issues.
Yeah, Pac-12's dead. Big 10, Big 12 are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. As soon it's just going to be Big 10, Big 12, like SEC and like probably ACC.
Yep, not a big fan of it.
No,
but
I see the Big East dissolving too.
Of course,
I do.
But anyway,
I mean that's a poverty conference anyway.
Oh no shit. But anyway, this weekend we got our championships weekend. We got 2 future Big Ten teams, Oregon and Washington, going at it.
Yeah, should be a good game. I mean, 2 great schools.
Yep. Oklahoma State and Texas for the Big 12 championship. Not Oklahoma, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a little annoyed seeing Oklahoma in there a lot.
Yeah, for real.
Georgia and Alabama in the SEC championship game. Not much of a surprise.
No.
Iowa and Michigan playing in the Big Ten championship. I mean, if Iowa's defense can step up and play the game of their lives.
I hope so, man. I really hope so. Because, I mean, Michigan, they didn't look all that great in that game. I mean, neither team did, really.
Florida State and Louisville out of all teams for the ACC championship game. You could have never convinced me at the beginning of the season that we would see Louisville and Florida State.
Yeah. I will say Louisville has Jeff Brom as their head coach, and the dude was amazing when he was over at Purdue.
And that's what I keep forgetting, too.
Yeah, he's back home in Louisville where he played. Jake Plummer's over there. He's doing okay as a quarterback. Um, or Jack Plummer. How I don't
It's
remember his
Plum.
name,
It,
but I know it's
there's
Plummer.
a
Yeah,
plumber in there
dude,
for sure.
he was a disappointment when he was with Purdue, but man, they those guys are just balling out over there in Louisville. So that's good to see. I hope they win it. Just for Jeff Brom, I like the guy.
Well, that's what happens when you have a long. What's what happens when Purdue has a longtime veteran in Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, dude, Aiden O'Connell. Yeah, he's got that dog in him. He's been doing pretty well in the NFL as well. I'm so happy to see that he's starting. Did you see that George Karlaftis sacked him?
Yes,
And they both traded jerseys at the end of the game.
I saw
And
that.
George Karlaftis wrote on his jersey for Aiden, and he was like, "Yeah, I hope I didn't hit you too hard." And the Purdue football Twitter account, they just posted like a crying, like a happy crying emoji. Like my
That's so funny.
boys, they're all grown up.
They're grown men.
And George is already a Super Bowl winner, so
And now, you got the, with these championships this weekend, Ian, if Louisville beats Florida State, which is likely because Florida State doesn't have their starting quarterback,
oh yeah,
Florida
he's
State's
done.
out of the playoffs.
Yeah. I do not see Florida State making the playoffs whatsoever.
You know what? You know who could make the playoffs if all goes well?
Who's that?
I got a feeling that Texas could sneak in if some of these things happen. Oregon's the favorite to beat Washington.
Who's
If
that?
Oregon, huh?
Mm-hmm. Sorry,
Oregon's
I'm agreeing
favorite.
with you.
It's all good. Yeah, Oregon's favored to beat Washington. And if Texas wins their Big 12 championship and Oregon wins, we could see Georgia, Michigan, Oregon, and Texas in the college football playoff.
Yeah, that would be pretty badass.
It's possible. Texas right now number 7, but again, all this, if Florida State loses, that's, if Florida State and Washington lose, that's going to help Texas if they win. And you know what, Ian? I would love to see that. I love seeing chaos in sport. Why not see Georgia, Michigan, Oregon, and Texas in the championship 4?
Dude, I would love that. I would love that so much. I'm so sick of seeing the same teams every year. Well, Clemson ain't going to be in it, so
Oh, Clemson.
that's good to see. It's always nice to see other teams just make it there. Like when we saw LSU for a couple years.
That was beautiful.
It's just so much better to see than Georgia, Alabama, Michigan, and Ohio. The same shit every year. I'm
We
sick of
need
seeing the same 4 teams.
we need new teams
No, we really do. That's why I love that they're expanding the college playoffs. Is it
next
12?
season.
12
Next season,
teams?
yeah, I believe 12 teams starting next season, which will be
Good.
perfect. But the one of the down things is that a team like Alabama's going to get in there, and Alabama in the postseason, you're like, oh fuck, here we go again with those buffoons.
Yeah, but it gives other schools chance
More work to do, but we're getting started.